All right, hey guys, how you doing? It's Mr. Dimitri. Just wanted to get you the weekly video to kind of go over your Schoology work for the week of May 4th through May 8th, Monday through Friday. Hopefully you're doing good with everything so far. I haven't heard from a ton of you as far as having questions or problems with the things that we've been doing in class so far. So hopefully at this point you're kind of getting into a groove. If you've noticed, I am not making you do a ton of work. I'm not sure compared to your other teachers how much it is, but 1 or 2 assignments per week is going to be kind of the maximum that I plan on doing. We're just going to focus really on some of the major topics that we would have covered in class as we finish up the school year here. So you see my Schoology page here. Mine obviously looks different than yours. I'm just going to take us into the third hour folder, which is my global history. They're all the same. You'll see over here upcoming your Modern China Summary, GRQ. Hopefully you guys didn't have much of a problem with that. It should have been set up this week. We were able to submit the assignments directly onto Schoology. Last week there were some technical glitches with the Cold War one that Schoology apparently worked out because it looks to me like everyone's able to submit it that way, whether it's a picture of your handwritten work or a typed document, or even if you print it out and wrote on my documents and turned it in that way, that should be fine. So what you'll see here is we're on our normal page when you log into my class here. I'm going to take you down to the week of May 4th through May 8th folder and kind of quickly walk you through what you're going to be doing. You'll see it's kind of faded out here. That's because it's not published. It will be published on May 4th at midnight in the morning. So basically once the clock flips over from Sunday night of May 3rd into Monday at 12:01 a.m., you'll be able to access this. So when I take inside this folder here, we'll see kind of the few things you're going to have to do. You always want to start, again, with the note that kind of is the overview of what you're going to do for the week and read through this. It kind of gives you a breakdown of the couple of things you're going to be doing. The focus this week is going to be on what I call modern India. So basically, you're going to be focusing on learning about what are the events that have happened in India leading up to and sort of causing them to get their independence from Great Britain, which they had long been a colony of for about 100 years or so. And then that's going to be the story that includes Mohandas Gandhi, or Gandhi, and all of his nonviolent civil disobedience type tactics to slowly but surely pressure the British to give them independence. And after World War II, the British do grant India its independence. And then the rest of the story kind of takes you through some of the challenges and other developmental issues in India over the past 70 or so years, focusing a lot of it on the modern-day situation between India and its neighboring country of Pakistan, which the two of them are adversarial countries. Geopolitically, they are a very kind of a hot spot around the globe. And, a lot of that dates back to the period of India being a colony of the British. And in that colony of the British, there was a majority of the people were Hindu, religion-wise. But there was a minority of Muslims from a lot of India's history of being settled by different sultanates and different periods, like the Mughal Empire that governed over India, which introduced Islam. So when India gets its independence, there's a sort of deep distrust between the Muslim and Hindu populations. So the decision is made to partition or divide up the British colony of India into 2 new countries. One's going to be called India, and that's going to be where the Hindus can go and live peacefully. And one's going to be called Pakistan, a new country that's set aside for the Muslims. And over the course of the last 75 or so years since that division happened, there's been a lot of conflict between India and Pakistan, and kind of you'll explore some of that conflict today that's going on in the world today, including the fact that both those countries are some of the small part of what they call the nuclear club. They both do possess nuclear weapons. So that's kind of the overview of what you guys are going to be focusing on this week. You have 2 assignments you're going to be doing. The first is going to be a very basic fill-in-the-blank GRQ. And that's going to go with Modern India. I'll show you that here in a moment. And it's essentially you're going to use the textbook. You're going to use 2 chapter sections out of the textbook, which I have linked for you. Chapter 27, Section 3, and Chapter 31, Section 1. And you'll see what that assignment is. It's very basic. It's mostly fill-in-the-blank and a couple of definitions. That's going to be due. This is a little different. You want to make sure you pay attention. This is due to me by Thursday, May 7th at midnight, or essentially before it becomes Friday, May 8th. Now you want to submit this through Schoology. You want to upload your document by submitting it on the assignments, not through text or email. Now secondly, I'm giving you guys your first virtual quiz of the school year. Okay? It's a Modern China and India quiz. It's 15 multiple choice questions. You complete it right through Schoology. And you don't need to write anything down. You'll just open up the quiz and you'll go through the questions and you'll select A, B, C, or D as your answer. It's open note, it's open book, it's open assignments, and we'll kind of talk about some of the things you're going to want to use to do that. That needs to be completed by Sunday night before it becomes the following week, the week of Monday, May 11th. So you have until midnight on Sunday, May 10th to get that handed in. So a couple of other resources on here to help you prepare for the quiz. You'll see my recommended schedule to follow is Monday. You review my notes on India, which I have posted. And there's a 4-minute biography. It's a very short biography about the story of Mohandas Gandhi, or Gandhi. So you can either click here to get that video, or you can find it in the main folder. Tuesday, I suggest you read the 2 chapter sections. Wednesday, complete the sections that go with chapter 27, section 3. That's questions 1 through 5. And then Thursday, you can do the remaining questions, numbers 6 through 10, which go with section 31.1. And you get that done by Thursday night, and you submit that to me before Friday morning. That'll be on time. Then on Friday, you want to complete the Modern China and India quiz and Schoology. Now, if you don't follow this schedule exactly, that's fine. You just want to make sure that you meet these 2 deadlines for the GRQ and the quiz. So let's go back into the main folder here real quickly. You'll see all the links here. This link here takes you to the India Notes overview, which is basically, again, just my PowerPoint. You don't have to take any notes, but you do want to use it for kind of introducing you to the topic, and it takes you through the story of modern India, everything from Gandhi and the role of Gandhi in helping lead India to its independence. Here's Gandhi. Through some of the, and I'm just scrolling quickly here, through some of the major events of Gandhi's time in India, talks about the partitioning or the dividing of India between Pakistan and India, and it continues on with the problems today between India and Pakistan. So that's one good resource for you. You want to make sure you review that. You can see the link here to the mini bio for Gandhi. It's only 4 minutes. These links here will take you directly to the chapter textbook sections you need. So chapter 27, section 1, you'll see you actually open up the textbook itself. Once it opens up here, we'll take a look. It is the actual, scan document of the textbook, so you'll use that as well as the one on section 31.1 to complete this assignment here. It's a Modern India fill-in-the-blank GRQ. So I'm going to open up the PDF version of it, just show you what it looks like. There's some instructions here, but basically it looks like this. Chapter 27, section 1, chapter 27, section 3, you're provided with a word bank. Now, you're going to look up the word Amritsar Massacre. There's going to be a little story about the Amritsar Massacre. You're going to read about it, and this is word for word from the textbook. You're going to read the textbook and use the words in the word bank to complete the missing information as you go through. Okay? And you'll use each of these words once. When you get down to words like ahimsa and civil disobedience, there's no fill in the blank. I want you to do a definition of what those words are. And then the untouchables, again, you'll read about them and kind of use the word bank to fill that in. And then boycott, the same thing. You'll use up all the words in the word bank when you do these 5. Scroll down to page 2, chapter 31, section 1. Again, you have a word bank to use for the fill in the blank, and then you just define the ones that don't have a fill in the blank. So basically, partition, you're going to read about partitioning and use the word bank to complete the missing information. If you want to do this on a separate sheet of paper, just write out partition and then write one word after another. Like what would be the first word, the second word, the third word, fourth word, fifth word, and sixth word that would complete this statement here about it. Sikhs, you would just simply, again, members of and define it. And Kashmir, Dalits, and Bangladesh, you're going to kind of complete the fill in the blank, and then non-alignment, you do a definition. So that's your assignment for the Modern India fill in the blank. Now I want to take you lastly, most importantly, to this quiz here. The quiz is very basic. Okay, when you click on it, yours is going to look a little different than me, but yours is going to look more like this preview of what it looks like here. The instructions are you will need to use the Modern China and Modern Indian notes that were posted, so you can have all this stuff open on a different web browser or a different window up here. But you want to use the Modern China, Modern Indian notes that are posted from this week that we're in now, May 4th through May 8th, and the week of April 27th through May 1st. To complete the 15 questions, you may also want to use the Modern China summary reading, the packet that you read to do the GRQ, and the chapter textbook sections. You can have 2 attempts. So if you do it the first time and you get a couple wrong and you want to do better, you can go ahead and take it a second time. But when you start a new attempt, you're going to see the quiz just simply looks like this. Number 1, China's communists finally won the long civil war under the leadership of, and you click the answer. Mao Zedong, Kim Il-sung, Chiang Kai-shek, or Syngman Rhee, A, B, C, or D. Click the bubble you want. When you get down to the end, you can review it and then submit your answers. Boom, and you're done. That's the quiz for you. Okay? So that's really the entire week of what we're going to be doing for the week of May 4th through May 8th. It's pretty straightforward. If you guys have any questions about anything as you're working through, feel free to text me or email me at the Remind 101 app, or by my email address. And if not, you guys have a great week, and good luck with all your work for my class and other classes, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys.